If you went to school and studied mechanical engineering and came out with your first class, and all you know after 10 years is all you were taught in mechanical engineering in school, brothers and sisters, you cannot change this world. You cannot do anything. You were given the basic knowledge. You are supposed to now build on that. And as you build, you will discover things. As you build, you will discover things. 10 years after, and you are still in that profession, you are supposed to be writing papers. You're supposed to be coming up with new theories. You're supposed to be coming up with new ways of doing things. That way, you will know you are really growing in that profession. If not, you are static. And in fact, the one you thought you have, you're going to lose it. Now, look at this. Any body of knowledge, any school that you have, what the school provides you with is fundamentals. The school will always show you and teach you the fundamentals. Then, the school is supposed to also burst in you a desire to learn. The school would also set you on course to now go on your quest for knowledge. Because no school will give you all the body of knowledge that you require. Wave if you understand me. Now, listen. Foundation school. That you graduated from that foundation school doesn't mean anything. Foundation school means that we have given you the basic principle. We have shown you the basic plan. Then we have developed in you a hunger, a desire to go for the word. Now it's left for you. Who understands me? To now seek further, to search further, to go for more understanding. Because look at that scripture. It says, abound therein. You started, but you have to abound therein. That's why your son that just started doing elementary science asks you a question and you have forgotten. Even though you say, did they teach you that? What do you say is the question? What's the answer? I think that's the answer. I think that is it. Yet you're a graduate. You didn't abound therein. If you are enjoying this message, let me see your hand up. Should I shout? Abound therein. Abound therein. Abound. I say, okay, how do you gain understanding? First, if you're born again, according to Isaiah 11, you have the spirit of understanding. That's one of the 7 spirits of God that God has granted you. You have, let's see Isaiah 11 from verse 1. God has granted you the spirit of understanding. He's granted you the spirit of understanding. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Next. Next, please. And the spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him. That's 1. The spirit of wisdom. 2. The spirit of what? Everybody say, the spirit of what? Now, so you have the spirit of understanding. That's the first thing you have to remember. You have that spirit at work in you. You have the spirit of understanding. So God has granted you understanding. You know, Bible says to you is given to understand the mysteries of the kingdom. To you is given to understand the mysteries of the kingdom. Now listen, your phone has capabilities and capacities. That your phone has it doesn't mean you are using it to the optimum. You have the spirit of understanding, but you have to relate with the spirit of understanding. You know, Bible says, quench not the spirit. That means encourage the spirit. Encourage the ministry of the spirit. So there is something to do. I mean, here in church, I'm teaching you and I'm sharing with you, but there's so much you cannot do here. There's so much you cannot do here. There's just so much you cannot do here. I mean, there's a level of meditation you can carry out while I'm talking to you and you are pondering on the word and confessing the word and speaking the word. But this is not what you do 40 minutes, 30 minutes of the message and go home. No, this is a life of continuous contemplation Continuous meditation on the word. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but you shall meditate therein. Then it says day and night. Now, when it says day and night in scripture, what it means is that this is a lifestyle. You should maintain a lifestyle of meditation. Meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do. That means there are observations that you will never make until you meditate. When you meditate, you begin to observe. Observations, they are a part of understanding. As soon as you start making observations, that means understanding is already being granted you. It's already been granted you. Already been granted you. You know, many years ago, when Pastor started teaching the message of prosperity, it came with a lot of excitement. I had a particular friend who was, the excitement was his thrill. You know, that was his thrill. The excitement was not my thrill. Understanding was my thrill. You know, there were different things that came up. And you do it, and like we will hit the altar today. Excitement will fade. Understanding will stand the test of time. You have to walk in understanding. You have to walk in understanding. You see, when you there is nothing like finding people of understanding. You know, knowing when you have come to a place of full understanding of truth. One of the key factors and features of a man of understanding is he is consistent. In season and out of season, he is consistent. The friend I was telling you about, I took the messages that the man of God was preaching. I wanted to understand it. I dissected them. I knew it. I had to sit down to me today. You know, sometimes when I'm invited, I'm almost reluctant to share on finances. You know, I'm almost reluctant because most people anywhere, I mean, they call Pastor Amaechi right now. Everybody just thinks, partnership. You know, I think that's the only thing I know. No. The issue here is this. Listen to me. The issue here is this. I have an accurate understanding of kingdom prosperity. I do. It's not an excitement. I have an accurate. The reason was because I sought it out. I wanted to know it. I wanted to understand it. I read the scriptures. I took the man of God's message. I dissected it. I questioned things. I got my answers. Now, that's why you see, a person who doesn't know that I've been on this path for almost 30 years. Since you don't know that, that's when you see me now, you'll be saying, why are you always giving? Why are you always talking about giving? You don't know where I'm coming from. What you see is the manifestation of understanding.